Hey Sammy, how's it going? This is your lesson video. I've also attached that how to hold the guitar um, video. I encourage you when doing that to approach it like you've never held the instrument before, that some other stringed instrument that won't even work otherwise. But a lot of the things that were seeming so unnatural yesterday when you were trying to hold it theoretically on your other leg included like your chair being up kind of high. So just be sure you're sitting like, feet shoulders width apart, not spread out, just chilling at rest. And I'm going to play on this leg, but do what you feel. So why don't you pause this into your dry memorization, the known names, G and C, A and D, B and E, and it's important that you not just do them in sequence, but give yourself a randomized geography test on them. Otherwise, you'll have to go G and C, A and D to be allowed to think that this is B. So I mean, initially, just introduce those notes to yourself, and then just be like, "Where's D? Where's G?" Again, you must randomize the order that you think about them in. This is the same thing if 6 of my friends walked in right now and I told you their names, you wouldn't like come up with a system to memorize it. Same exact task. It's a geography test, not a deductive reasoning problem, and it should not take very long. Cool. So now let's just go back through those first position chords you learned. And we'll skip the bar chord ones initially. That'll be our. I've attached a video called Bar Chords, no doubt, to this, describing how it's all E shapes and A shapes. So yeah, I know we did E and E minor, and A and A minor. A minor is the same shape as E. Here's my thumb position. Not this, not this, all that stuff. All good. D, where I'm muting this string by making contact with it. Another huge upside of playing guitar when you're playing classical. The reason it didn't matter is because you weren't strumming. You weren't going to hit this big clinker right there. A, D, G, which we're doing this way, even though this way also functions because it fits together with a lot of chord shapes. And I believe those are the ones we covered. So, Hey Joe, Hendrix song, goes like this. So our strumming pattern, here's how I'm holding the pick. If you want to try holding the pick, absolutely do so. I'd recommend you play on a steel string guitar for sure this week, and just be cool with for a while, you're gonna want to do things the way that you did on a classical, and that's my job to show you how you should be doing it. It's not that you can't play well doing the other thing. It would just be accepting a very limited skill set, like not being able to strum D without hitting E, and never really being able to execute bends or articulate bending phrases as opposed to just I'll use my pinky, etc. Just that's going to be the frustrating part. Let's just embrace that that's the frustrating part and not give a shit. So our strumming range of motion is way wider than what you're going to want to do. So I encourage you to grab a chord like G or E minor, anything where you're hitting all 6 strings, and just work on your down strum. What we're not going to do, and again, if you want to use your hand, use fake pick. But yeah, we're not going to line the pick up here and move this range of motion. You're going to be starting all the way up here so that we hit all the strings with equal velocity or attack. And don't hear like which with your hand you can make some better, but then you aren't make sure you're actually hitting all 6 strings. We don't always do that. This is what we're working on right now. So yeah, just down, not one fluid. If you miss the strings altogether, that's like a good mistake because you were probably just 18th of an inch from perfect. So just down, pause your video, and I don't mean make it into a song that goes rhythm exists. I mean just work on going single down strum in your focused headspace until it actually starts to feel more doable and more intuitive, less mechanical. This sucks and is you're like have to learn how to strum right now, but breaking it into little sections like this is the easiest we can make it on ourselves. So up is just the opposite motion. There might be a little bit more wrist to it, but not considerably more wrist. So now we're going to be going down, up. And you can take 10 seconds between strums. You can just be like, I'm strumming down, and end up all the way down here, and I'm strumming up. So really stop and just work on strumming down and up. And don't let yourself just revert back to doing it the other way or, using a smaller range of motion. That's not what we're doing. We're playing the guitar now. If you put on video watching anybody strumming, playing full on rhythm guitar, you're going to see that they're, all the way up here, all the way down there. And by definition, that's what we have to do to hit all 6 strings with the same amount of force. Don't we just hit 5 strings sometimes? Yes, with the same situation, etc. Cool. So onward. So please stop and work on some of that. Great. So we've got our Hendrix tune, Hey Joe. The rhythms 1, 2, 3, 4, and we strum down on the downbeat and up on the upbeat. So I'm going down, 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 up. So, pause, pick any chord, and just do that once through, pause. Once through, pause. At this point, I want to remind you to hold the instrument correctly for whichever version you're doing. Not this or any of the other things that we talked about yesterday or on the video already. Cool. Anyway, and as far as learning new chord changes, I think you're better at that than we don't even need to discuss it. But if you do get to a new chord change that's actually presenting difficulty, just isolate it and just do it on your left hand. Spend a really boring 10 minutes on it. You'll be done forever. So, C, G, D, A. And I encourage you to think of that as a separate song that's just got those 4 chords in it. And our goal is to get through it once, pause. It's way more fun to loop it, but initially you're just going to go one time through. Focused. And, again, staying in your focused, now I'm learning the dance steps headspace. And then switch to, okay, now I'm going to dance the feel, actually try to do it with feel instead. Cool. And then you can just loop that, make it into a song that goes like that. Then we get to E, and we're going to go down, 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 up, down. Don't know that this is on your page from yesterday, but so that was the same. 1, 3, 4, 1. Cool. And then we're just going to go twice through the progression normally on E, going back to the. And this is a little bit of an easy guitar version of it, but yeah, so part 2 is. Sorry. So there you go. There is your main strumming song you're working on. Other things we talked about, right hand technique, and how having our thumb and index finger, this position isn't really functional, as we'd be running our thumb and forefinger into each other. So this position is, my thumb extends down the string. Doing this is severely limiting. It's like I can't ever do something percussive. I can be like, but I can't be like. But for now, when you are finger picking, do whatever feels intuitive. Just be sure that you're ready to use all 3 of your fingers. And we decided that the song you already that one, that you're going to try it, but assigning a finger to each string and approaching it that way. So, yeah, as opposed to doing it all with 2 fingers like that. And then I'll, maybe try to throw in some situations where you pick 2 notes at the same time. And there we are. So our right hand position, strings 1, 2, and 3, like that, and our thumb on the other strings. else we covered? No, just like this, not like this. And yeah, bar chords and stuff with reaches in it, and classical guitar. We use classical thumb position, first position chords, though you can do it both ways. Things with bends in it, especially, however it feels right now. Yeah, there is this other position, and they are really similar. As it doesn't have to be that different. All we're trying to achieve is leverage by putting our thumb over the top. So again, we talked about how your middle finger, if you're just doing this, your middle finger is going to be moving as well. And when you bend, it's going to be a combination of these two fingers pushing up and your hand rotating slightly to accommodate it. Be sure you don't have your elbow pinned against your body, just regular, wherever it is, parallel to the instrument, more or less, not like that or anything, but when we're down to here, if it's against your body, it's an issue. When we're around the first position, that's not really functional. It presents all these issues, so we just picture a tennis ball there. But when we're up around the 5th fret, so yeah, so when I'm doing that, I'm not changing my entire arm position. So yeah, we're going to just try to analyze that, and I know it's like, but I feel like I can do it this way. Cool. We're going to now approach playing like rock and roll guitar and related genres, including jazz and all kinds of things that are going to require shifting back and forth between those two thumb positions regularly, which is something we do playing guitar, one phrase or whatever, one song certainly. Great. Let me know if you have any questions. And it's always implied that I mean, now pause the video and complete that. Now pause the video and complete that as we get through each little section. Also, so minor and major, that's the chord colors. Sharp and flat. Sharp is one higher, whatever that is in French and flat is one lower. Please let me know in the lessons if there's ever a translation thing that we should talk about, but there's not that much terminology to learning guitar as an oral tradition. And the guitar stylings we're working on right now are a conversational language course, not a classical language course. So looking forward, man. I'll see you next week, I believe, or anyway at our next appointment, and I'll shoot this video over to you now. Have a good weekend, huh?